EpiPens could save your child's life, but chances are these shots that can stop a potentially deadly allergic reaction are not in your child's school.
Investigator Sarah Buttison is here now to tell us about a push to change all that. Sarah.
That's right. Right now, believe it or not, allergies in kids are very much on the rise and they're very dangerous. For example, if you had a serious peanut allergy, just being this close to peanuts could trigger a deadly reaction. Even Mark, who's several feet away from us, could have a reaction just from being near peanuts. So Ohio school nurses think the state should require every school to have an EpiPen.
For me, that EpiPen means life.
Teresa Newlands makes Curtis carry two at all times.
It's hard. I sometimes forget it, and my dad brings it to school for me.
Her 12-year-old son's peanut allergy is so severe, just being near them could kill him.
To us, peanuts are like poison.
If he's exposed, the shot of the drug epinephrine from the pen helps stop the allergic reaction.
That's all that you have to keep you safe.
Curtis's condition isn't as unusual as you might think, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Between 1997 and 2007, food allergies in children rose 18%. During about the same time period, peanut allergies tripled.
It could happen any day for me.
So the Ohio Association of School Nurses wants to make EpiPens mandatory in schools.
A child could have a reaction and not be able to be saved.
Kate King is the association's president.
We promise our parents, really, at school, that your child's going to be safe when they arrive, and we can't assure that all the time.
In April, Virginia's governor signed a law making EpiPens mandatory in his state schools. It took effect yesterday.
Oh my, it is getting late.
The law was sparked by the death of Amaria Johnson in January. She died inside her elementary school after suffering an allergic reaction to a peanut.
Amaria was only 7 years old, but she had a lot of dreams. She had a lot of life in her.
Her mom, Laura Pendleton, lobbied for the new EpiPen law.
It's just really helping me in the grieving process because, you know, I still grieve for my daughter.
I don't want the state to mandate that every school has to have an EpiPen on site. This is something that a school should be allowed to determine on their own.
State Senator David Burke considered proposing legislation to clarify Ohio's law, which doesn't allow or forbid schools from having EpiPens. But he decided it's not needed.
These are not cheap, and we're talking about very rare occurrences, albeit, not rare to you if it happens to your child. But we're trying to find if this has ever happened in the state of Ohio, and we're not bringing up a lot of numbers.
One EpiPen costs about $100 and lasts 1 year.
They are expensive, but I definitely think that it's worth the expense.
When Curtis was in 2nd grade, the school nurse called Teresa one day.
It's the call that every mom with a food allergic kid dreads.
I couldn't breathe. It was not fun.
Another student at his lunch table had brought peanut M&Ms.
It feels like someone's choking you. And then my chest felt like someone was hitting it with a hammer.
Curtis was okay after a nurse administered his EpiPen, but he and his mom say it would be a relief to know his school also has the life-saving tool.
My mom always tells me about these people that die from food allergies and stuff, and I don't want to be like them.
There are currently 9 states that allow or require schools to stock EpiPens, and a group called the Food Allergy and Anaphylaxis Network is pushing Congress to pass legislation that would give states financial incentives to put EpiPens in schools. On your side, I'm investigator Sarah Buttison, News Channel 5.